Yo guys, I'm Marlon King, and today I'm going to be doing a very quick review on the Rode Video Micro. Now this is one of the best, most affordable microphones for around £50. The reason I'm doing this review is because I've noticed that a lot of the sound tests on other reviewers always seems to be at the same distance. It's very close to the camera, which I understand is the most ideal situation for using the microphone. However, that's not always the way you would use the microphone. If you're using one of the better Rode video microphones, they have amplification built in and they're battery powered, which means that you can go at a further distance. Now this microphone uses inbuilt power from the camera. Currently I'm recording straight into the Canon 70D. So I'm going to be recording audio at different distances so you can understand what the microphone will sound like. So for this review, I'm recording the microphone directly into the Canon 70D. I have the microphone volume at around about 65%. Now the Canons are well known for having bad microphone amplifiers, and in general, if you've got a microphone that has battery power, you can turn the amplification right down low so you minimize that input sound. Now usually it will be quite noisy, you might get extra hiss or whatever. In this particular instance, this microphone is not battery powered, it's using power from the camera. So as I said, I've got it about 65%, which I think for this distance should work quite well. It's also worth noting that this is the second time I've recorded this video, because the first time I did it I was using a USM lens, the 24-105 f4, and unfortunately it kept on picking up noise for the focusing on the lens. That's because the microphone is quite short, so it's further enough back to pick up that lens. If you're using a microphone that's a little longer, generally it will go past the end of the lens and you shouldn't be picking up that noise. Yo guys, so I've had to switch over to the kit lens for this, just worth noting of course. Before I do the sound test, I'm going to quickly show you the unboxing. This is when I first got the microphone, and you'll see me pulling all the contents out, and I also do a very quick test using an external recorder. I'm going to do a very quick unboxing. Now obviously one of the main good things with this is it comes with a 2-year warranty, doesn't require any batteries, it's very small, which we'll see how big it is in a minute, and it also comes with an included windshield. So let's quickly open the box. Okay, nothing else in the box there, so it's all sealed in this plastic tub like thing. Let's take this off. So it looks like that is the microphone, we'll get to that in a second. So we come with the shock mount. Now that's going to clip onto the top of your camera if it has a shoe mount, and this should stop any noises from you touching the camera itself or whatever device you've attached it to. Now this uses a 3.5mm jack, so that should plug into most camera microphone inputs. Now this is considered consumer. Pro microphones would have an XLR input or socket that you'd use. Now you're not going to catch that on a DSLR, you're going to be going more pro range, but this should suffice really for my needs. And looks like we get a very basic manual. Okay, so very minimalistic. Let's take a look at the main thing here. Let's pull this off, making sure, there we go. So this dead cat seems pretty decent quality, and then let's have a look at the microphone here. So this microphone looks very small. If you look at it inside of my hand, there we go, very small indeed, and that is perfect for me. That's exactly what I wanted. So this is meant to be a shotgun mic, so it will be very directional. You're going to need to be pointing that at your subject. Now there we go, no on off switch or anything like that, you've just got the 3.5mm jack in the back. Right guys, so I'm going to do a very quick sound test on this new microphone. As you can see, currently I'm using my lavalier microphone. I have that clipped here, and I go into my audio device here, so it means that it doesn't matter which camera I'm using, I can use the same setup. So I'm going to quickly switch over. I'm going to leave these audio settings the same on this device and just switch over to the other microphone so you can hear the difference. 1 2 1 2. Right, there we go. So this is the exact same settings. This new microphone is handheld at the moment. So there we go. This is about 1 foot away, or 30 centimeters away from my mouth, and I'm talking directly towards it, so that should be fine in this instance. Now if I hold it further away, now this is pointing towards me, it's maybe now 60-70 centimeters, so maybe 2.5 foot away. Now I don't know how good that's going to sound. Of course I'm going to have to put this on the computer to find out for myself, but that's probably going to be more realistic for an interview, if not maybe a little bit further away, so we'll see. Now I can also move the angle of the microphone. Now if I put that at 45 degrees, you shouldn't really be hearing me as well, at least that's the idea. So if I put this at 90 degrees, it shouldn't really be picking up my voice from the side. Hopefully this quick test will help you guys out if you are looking to get this microphone as well. As I say, this was a little bit of a gamble for me because it was relatively cheap, under £100, but it seemed like it could be a good job for me, especially seeing as I'm looking for a very compact setup. Right guys, let's jump to it. So this is what the microphone sounds like 80 centimeters away from the microphone. This is what it sounds like 1 meter away from the microphone. This is what it sounds like 1.5 meters away from the microphone. This is what it sounds like 2 meters away from the microphone. This is what it sounds like 2.5 meters away from the microphone. And this is what it sounds like 3 meters away from the microphone. And yes, I have run a tape measure all the way along the floor, so I can accurately give you details on how far away I was from the microphone. Right guys, so just very quickly I'm going to address the build quality now that I've given you a sound test. I think this microphone's built really well. It comes with a wind muff or dead cat, whatever you want to call them. They are very good to have, and in windy conditions they're lifesavers, otherwise your audio can be written off. Now this one's included. Normally they'll cost £20 to £30, so that's a good saving. It also comes with a separate cable, so there's a socket on the back of the microphone, and that means that if ever there's an issue with the cable, the microphone's not a write-off, you can just buy a very cheap new cable and that'll save you a lot of money. The one downside to this microphone is the shock mount that comes with it. It seems very flimsy, it's just 1 tier, it's not 2 tier, and that means that there is chance that it may snap if you're not careful. You only need someone to knock your camera whilst you're filming, or if you leave it running around in the bag, there's a chance it might get snapped accidentally. So I'd definitely recommend buying some kind of hard cased or small little hard case for the microphone to go in your bag. In general though, I think the actual microphone itself is built really well. It's really solid and stable and small, which is perfect for travel equipment, and providing you look after it, it should last a long time. I did an interview the other day. I bought this microphone for doing interviews. I went to a soul event in Maidstone. It was really loud music playing, and I sat just outside of the dance area. I had the microphone facing away from the music, and I thought that the results come out really well. I was hand holding the microphone just to get it as close to my mouth as possible so I could eliminate other noise, and if you heard what the sound was coming from the inbuilt microphone in the camera, it was completely unusable, so it was definitely well worth making this purchase on this microphone. Right guys, thank you for watching this review. I really hope you found it helpful, and as I say, I'm trying to cover angles that haven't been covered on other reviews, so this content is very relevant for a purchaser. As I said, I've purchased it and I'm really happy with it so far. So that's it guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll definitely catch you next week, and if you enjoyed this review and like similar content, I also do vlogging and consumer tech reviews. Please consider subscribing. Catch you later guys, peace. And just for quick comparison, I'm standing 80 centimeters away from the Canon 70D, and this is the onboard microphone within the Canon 70D. Now you should be hearing more surrounding noise with this. It should be less focused than the Rode Video Micro.